Happy Friday, everyone! It's Azora Hype here, and I'm super excited to be presenting you a Game of Thrones Season 8 video. And in this video, we're going to talk about the bombshell that Sophie Turner dropped during her most recent interview about the release date of Game of Thrones Season 8. So if you're new to the channel and you love Game of Thrones videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of the action. It looks like we've officially entered our own version of the long night, everyone. That's right, it looks like Sophie Turner has spilled the beans on when Game of Thrones Season 8 will be released. And for those of you who were hoping it was going to happen in 2018, well, you're going to have to wait a little longer until possibly the early winter of 2019. Let's talk about the reasons why it's not going to be airing until 2019. So, we know that Game of Thrones Season 8 will be the final season of the main series, and if we take a look at the filming schedule, it goes all the way up until June of next year. Now, the reason why this is happening is because Game of Thrones doesn't have the 3 or 4 separate film crews like it used to have when it was divided between Belfast, Ireland, Croatia, Spain, and all those locations. So, we know there's a convergence of characters, and we know that each episode is going to be absolutely massive, possibly up to 90 minutes in length. Although this news is a bit disappointing, I like to look on the bright side of things here on the channel, and we can be very excited for a multitude of large battles on the scale of Battle of the Bastards or even larger, and of course, what we've all been waiting for, dragons versus the White Walkers. I've seen many TV shows blow the chance at making the final season of their show epic, going out with a bang, and even though there are many critics out there who say Season 7 was the worst season yet, I don't have that same fear. I feel this way because I believe the pressure of making the next 3 or 4 seasons isn't in front of them anymore. So we can also really look forward to who will be directing some of the episodes in Season 8, and we do know that the director of the Battle of the Bastards and the Winds of Winter, my personal favorite episode, Miguel Sapochnik, will be returning. So that's going to be really exciting as well. But this isn't the only news that was dropped in this interview. Sophie Turner had some very interesting things to say about Sansa and her storyline. So let's dive into what she thinks is going to go down with Sansa. Things are going to be very different for Sansa now that Littlefinger is gone. It's going to be tricky for her because at the end of last season, she felt like she had everything set up. She had her family back together, they were in control of the North again, but this season there's a new threat and all of a sudden she finds herself somewhere back in the deep end. And without Littlefinger, it's a huge test for her on whether or not she can get through it. It's a big challenge without this master manipulator having her back. So it definitely looks as if Sansa is going to be treading some deep water, and we do know that Littlefinger was teaching her all of these little lessons, so she's going to have to learn on her own without Littlefinger having her back. And when we all read through the final season, it was very emotional. For the first time in Thrones history, we had everyone there. All of the Americans wanted to come over, every single cast member was pretty much there. We all had the feeling that it was coming to an end. We're all staying in town for a little longer, going out for more meals, trying to get together more. We are all not trying to take it for granted anymore. It looks as if Sansa will be right in the middle of everything. If we look back at Season 7, we remember that she didn't want Jon to go south, and the North didn't want Jon to go south because of what happened previously with Rickard and Brandon and Ned as well. And I expect the North is going to feel very threatened by the arrival of Dany and her dragons. They know a little bit about Daenerys, and they possibly know some of the news, like of her burning the Tarleys and her decimating the Tarley and Lannister forces. So this will make Daenerys look very dangerous. And as all the characters converge on Winterfell, we have to assume that some people will disagree with Jon choosing Daenerys as his bride. I do expect they're going to get married, and also possibly Daenerys will be pregnant as well. So I'm hoping that Sansa will be able to see the bigger picture, that the side of the living needs to stick together, and we do have to remember that she learned her lessons from Littlefinger, and he was the person who was always trying to divide everyone. So perhaps she's on the other side of the fence now, and we can look forward to her trying to bring people together with what she's experienced. I know many of you still judge Sansa because of her position during the King's Landing plotline and because of her decisions. However, I do expect Sansa to become a fan favorite in Season 8, embracing more of her northern side, the she-wolf side of her, and becoming a leader. That's right, I do think she's going to become a leader. So, as all the great minds try to figure out how to deal with the massive problem that is the White Walkers and the Mad Queen of the South, I do think Sansa will be involved in a lot of those decisions. So, final thought, I do think it would be awesome if Season 8 started earlier, but it looks as if it's going to start in the middle of February, possibly in the winter of 2019 here for us in North America, and possibly ending around when spring starts, connecting to the title of the final book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, The Dream of Spring. So that's pretty cool. But what do you think about this news? Are you disappointed that you have to wait till 2019, or are you excited that they're taking their time and doing their due diligence to send the series off with a bang? And do you think that Sansa will support Jon and let cooler heads prevail, or will she focus on her own selfish desires and disappoint us once again? Let me know your thoughts and ideas in the comment section. It's your turn to help create an epic discussion. Also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you smash that like button if you enjoy getting hype and watching videos like this one. The support always really helps the channel, so I'm going to set a goal of 349 likes for this video. Also, if you did enjoy this video and you want to join the Hype and Love community on Patreon, there's all sorts of awesome rewards, such as being able to pick out your own topic for a video and Patreon-only Q&A. So just click the link in the description of this video to learn how to donate and support the Hype Train. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video. 7 blessings.
Fuck the king.
How much for your little clam?